Hello guys, welcome back to your channel 1000 Manga Recap. Last time, Wu Chen teasing Menglan. Now, let's dive right back in. Menglan sadly says hey, stop talking nonsense and come back early. We see Wu Chen leaving. Menglan says while crying, it's just one day, it will be over quickly, once night falls. Scene shifts to Li Ruobing. Li Ruobing says, does she want to kneel down that much? Very good. Su Qingying surprisingly says, this in Menglan is something else. Wu Yurong says, and Menglan interesting. One man says, Mr. Wu, the internet has exploded. Will we be affected by what Missen did? Wu Chen says, don't worry, these uncles are not very interested in the information of the entertainment industry. 2 hours later. Menglan's father says, Wu Chen, I take back what I said yesterday. Wu Chen says, Lan Lan basically cried all night. Bossin, you scared her. Menglan's father says, make no mistake from the depth of my heart, I don't want to become your mistress, but I hope she can be happy, do you understand? Wu Chen says, apart from the issue of status, she would definitely be happy. Meanwhile, on the other side. Li Ruobing looks angry. She says, what has Wu Chen been doing after such a long time? He doesn't even have time to make a phone call? Is he playing me again? Su Qingying says while calming Li Ruobing, don't be impulsive. We can't make a big deal out of this. Xia says, scoundrel, bastard, super playboy. Li Ruobing angrily stands up and says, no matter what, book me a flight to Shanghai. I must be there tomorrow morning at the latest. We see Menglan looking happy. Menglan says, really? My dad, did he change his mind? Wu Chen says, let's go see the stars. Menglan says while hugging, okay. She thinks, no, not good. Li Ruobing. Wu Chen says, after you no longer have to worry about your dad, you're now worried about Ruobing. Menglan shyly says, Miss Li. Wu Chen says, don't think too much. You must be tired after a day's work. I don't want to care about anything now. Let's just have a good sleep first. The next morning. Wu Chen opens his eyes slowly. He says, Ruobing, what are you? We see Li Ruobing. She looks angry and has a gun in her hand. Wu Chen says while teasing, you look stunning and adorable. Li Ruobing said, you, stop speaking. Li Ruobing hit the gun on the table and says, you, wake up. Menglan slowly opens her eyes. Li Ruobing points the gun at Menglan. Menglan gets scared and yells. Wu Chen grabs Li Ruobing's hand and says, darling, it's better to put this thing away. Menglan, scared, says, Ms. Li, please don't. I wasn't trying to provoke you yesterday. Li Ruobing angrily says, I spoke to you. I also warned you. I thought I made myself clear to you at that time. But what about you? Who do you think I, Li Ruobing, am? Menglan trembles. Li Ruobing angrily says, still not going to say anything? You must hold me in contempt, ha. Wu Chen said, that's enough, Ruobing. Do you really want to do something to her this early in the morning? Menglan slowly says, Wu Chen, don't do this. Don't argue with Miss Li too much, don't. Li Ruobing releases Wu Chen's hand and points the gun at him. Li Ruobing angrily says, you're still trying to show off, huh? Menglan steps in front of Wu Chen. Wu Chen says, surprised, Lan. Li Ruobing thinks, she was scared out of her wits just now, but for Wu Chen, she would. Li Ruobing says, I didn't think that your feelings for Wu Chen are as deep as mine are for him. Forget it. Menglan's expression changes. Li Ruobing holds Menglan's chin and says, Sister Lan. Li Ruobing kisses Menglan's forehead and says, let's get along. Menglan is surprised. Menglan asks, don't you want me to kneel anymore? Also, Miss Li, what did you mean when you called me Sister Lan? Ha! Li Ruobing says, it's just that I approve of you, there's no need to kneel. Menglan says, crying, really? Thank you, Miss Li. Wu Chen says while teasing, by the way, Sister Lan, because of the post your sister Lan made yesterday, there are paparazzi everywhere outside the hotel. Can Sister Ruobing help resolve this? Li Ruobing angrily says, you seem to provoke me and play tricks on me all day, bastard. Wu Chen says while teasing, there was no other way, there are just some things no one is better at doing than my darling. 10 minutes later. News report says, Isn't that the eldest granddaughter of the Li family, Miss Li Ruobing of Huansai Cosmetics? Her belly, her walking pattern, did she get pregnant outside of wedlock? But isn't she in a relationship with the young master of the Ding family? Li Ruobing acts. News report says while taking pictures, morning sickness. This is the real deal, quick take a photo. Wu Chen thinks, Lan has successfully escaped. Wu Chen says, that's all for the matter of Shanghai for now. Darling, do you have anything else to do for the next few days? If possible, how about coming with me to Hong Kong? Li Ruobing asks, why did you suddenly think of going there? Wu Chen says, originally, Ding Ruelong had targeted to win over in Huaigua, but after the Yin family joined our side these 2 days, Ding's target shifted to another wealthy family in Hong Kong, the Bao family. I received news that there will be a football match in Hong Kong in 2 days. Ding Ruelong plans to control the game and give several hundred million as a gift to the third-generation son of the Bao family. Wu Chen continues, I used to play with him alone before, but this time, I want you to accompany me. Li Ruobing smiles and asks, do I have to say it? Of course we're going together. 2 days later, Hong Kong. A woman named Xianyao Yuzhao appears. Xianyao Yuzhao says, hi, Wu Sang. Over here. Wu Chen says, Ruobing, this is my old friend, the best mother in Ginza, District 11, Miss Xianyao Yuzhao. Zhao Zi, this is my girlfriend, Li Ruobing, the one I mentioned to you many times. Zhao Zi says, nice to meet you, Ruobing, please take care of me. Li Ruobing says, weren't you here to deal with Ding Ruelong? Why are you meeting up with a mother, Sang? Wu Chen says, darling, she is the key. Wu Chen says, by the way, Zhao Zi, what about the matter I asked you to take care of over the phone? Zhao Zi says, well, look at them. We see lots of beautiful women. All are hot and spicy. Li Ruobing thinks, so complacent? What's the meaning of this? Scene shifts. Zhao Zi says, Wu Sang, the key players of the 2 teams who were involved in the match-fixing game that you mentioned have wasted too much energy in bed these 2 nights. Looking at them now, they don't have what it takes to fix the match, huh? We see lots of players. Zhao Zi says, beautiful, let's enjoy this humorous game. A man named Bao Jinhui, the third-generation scion of Hong Kong's Bao family, appears. Bao Jinhui says, young Master Rui, the score is different from what we agreed on, how are we going to win money? We see Ding Ruelong. He angrily says, go ahead and ask the coach what's going on. He thinks, damn it. This year has been a difficult year. What's happening? That's Wu Chen and Ruobing, how could they be there? Ding Ruelong watches Li Ruobing and Wu Chen. Bao Jinhui asks, what's going on? Do you know anyone on the field? Ding Ruelong says, a trash named Wu, but wherever he is, everything goes wrong. Bao Jinhui says, oh? And for such strange things. He thinks, I can more or less guess what happened if they're able to bring along the great Mama Zhao Zi. Bao Jinhui watches Wu Chen. Bao Jinhui says while leaving, let's go, young Master Rui. There's no need to watch this game anymore. Ding Ruelong says, young Master Zhen, no. Wait if I rearrange things more I think. Bao Jinhui says, you don't understand, there's no need to arrange anymore. Ding Ruelong thinks, what's his name again? Oh yes, it's Wu. No matter how strange you might appear, you must take the Bao family for fools to come to Hong Kong to cause trouble. I'd like to see just what you're capable of. If you like my video, please share and subscribe.